Hey, it's Dustin from 9Design, and in this video I'm going to teach you 9 simple SEO steps to help you increase your ranking in local Google search and crush your competition, so stick with me. In this video, I'm going to be conducting a website audit for a friend named Ernesto, who's a mental health professional in private practice in Southern California. I'm going to be taking a look at his on-page SEO and giving him feedback on his website, californiaultravista.org. This video is also going to act as a case study for an experiment that I'm doing with structured data and the implementation of Schema Markup on the website. I'm going to implement Schema Markup on the website, and we're going to take a look at how the website increases in Google search over the coming months. I've created a PDF checklist with the 9 steps that we're going to be covering in this video, and if you'd like to download it and print it out and follow along, all you have to do is just click the link right below in the description. So without further ado, let's go over to the computer and we'll get started.
Okay, so here is our report showing us the current rankings for California Alta Vista for these keywords, and the date is April 19th, 2016. I've done no SEO work, and so we're just going to record what its current rankings are in local Google search, and then we'll implement some of our SEO strategies and see how we can get this to jump up in local Google search. So for marriage counseling Huntington Beach, it's in position 78. Therapist Huntington Beach, position 76. Couples therapy Huntington Beach, number 55. Marriage therapist Huntington Beach, number 74. Counseling Huntington Beach, number 20. Counseling Huntington Beach CA, number 21. So this pinpoint here shows the local 3-pack, and right now CaliforniaAltaVista.com is not ranking in local 3-pack for any of these keywords. So we're going to start working and implementing some SEO strategies and see how we can get these rankings to increase. So stick with me.
Okay, so this is an outline of the different things that we're going to cover in this video. We're going to focus strictly on-page SEO. There's something else called off-page search engine optimization as well, which includes things like social or backlinking or different things that take place on other properties on the web, not on your website. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to focus only on-page SEO, which is all of the search engine optimization things that you can implement within your website. So I'm just going to go through the list really quick, and then we will break off and actually show those. So the first thing is title and descriptions. We're going to show you how to optimize each of your titles and descriptions for your pages and posts, and going for different keywords that will help you rank within local Google search. We'll also show you how to upload an XML sitemap to Google Webmaster Tools in the Google console. Social, how to connect your social properties for your business via an SEO plugin that is made by Yoast. We're going to talk about content and the ways that your text and images should appear on your website. SEO-friendly URLs, including keywords without keyword stuffing within those URLs. Outbound links, inbound links, image alt tags, implementing structured data, which is your schema markup, and I'll explain what that is and how to do it. Social share buttons with an incentive. This is kind of a creative way to be able to get more people to share your website URL on their social media sites. And then keywords sprinkled throughout your website, focusing on long tail keywords. And then we'll also look at your site load time. So let's go over to the first thing, which is title and descriptions. Okay, the first thing we're going to do in the back end of your WordPress website is install the Yoast SEO plugin. We're going to go over to Plugins, click Add New, and then search for Yoast SEO, Y-O-A-S-T. Oops, I didn't type it in. Y-O-A gets us there. So Yoast SEO, and then we'll click Install Now. I've already installed it on this website, so that's why it's showing installed, but you'll want to click this button that says Install Now. And then once it's installed on your website, it will appear over here on the left side, and these are all the different options that you can use within the Yoast SEO plugin. So this is a really helpful plugin just to help your on-page SEO. But for now, we're going to go over to the pages, and I'm going to show you how to change the title and description of one of your pages. So we're going to go over to edit here on the home page. And this is going to be your page content right here. Here's the text, here's a video embed. And we're going to keep scrolling down until we get to where it says Yoast SEO right here. And this right here is how your website title and description is going to appear in Google. If you click on it, you'll notice that there's two green bars, and all this is showing you is that you have the proper amount of text in your website title and description. If you put too many characters in there, it'll turn to red, and then I'll tell you that you just have too many characters. Google has a character limit that they like to keep the titles in. You don't want to just have like this really long sentence. You want to keep it within Google's boundaries. So looking at Ernesto's title here, I'm noticing it says California Family Counseling, which is pretty good. And then it gives two locations, Huntington Beach and Brea, California. So he has two locations, which makes this a little bit more complicated than many other local businesses that just have one location. And so he's trying to rank his homepage for both of those locations, Huntington Beach and Brea, California, which is kind of a no-no. So we are trying to rank this website just for Huntington Beach. And if you have a separate location, what you want to do is create a new page on your website called your main domain / your second city location. So in this case, we'll try and rank a different page on his website. So it'll be californiaaltavista.org / BREA-CA for Brea, California. And we will try to optimize that particular page for the city of Brea, California. But the website in particular, Ernesto says that he wants to rank for Huntington Beach. So what we're going to do first is get rid of the Brea stuff. Okay, the other thing you need to know about titles is Google always looks at what you put first, the stuff that's on the very left, the stuff that's very first on your title tag, and you want to make that your keyword. So what we're trying to rank for is therapist in Huntington Beach. So what I want to do is at the beginning of the SEO title, type in all right, we'll get rid of this stuff at the end. So therapist in Huntington Beach, we'll add the line or a dash or whatever to kind of separate the main keyword from the rest of the title. So therapist in Huntington Beach is our main keyword that we're going for. And then it says California Family Counseling, which I actually like because therapist and counseling are two different words, so we're not keyword stuffing. You wouldn't want to put therapist and put California Family Therapist in there twice because that's just kind of keyword stuffing. Google doesn't like that. You don't want to get flagged for that. So mixing it up a little bit is really good. Therapist and counseling kind of say the same thing as far as Google's concerned, and we're trying to rank for both of those keywords, therapist and counseling. So I actually like how this is set up. Something else you can do on the last part of your SEO title is put your brand. So in Ernesto's case, it'd be California Ultra Vista. Family counseling, maybe. I think that'd be too long of a title, but the other option would be just to put California Ultra Vista. So that way, California is in there, which is nice. But I think Huntington Beach, California is the only Huntington Beach, so we're safe without putting the CA or the California in there. So these are the things you want to think about. And I'm just going to leave it like this because I really like how this is right now. And I might think about it a little bit later, but let's move on to the meta description. So what you want to do in the meta description is it's important to be able to put your keywords in there, but you want to put a little bit more long tail keywords in your meta description. You don't want to keyword stuff or repeat what you've already done in your SEO title. And you also want it to be catchy. You want to be able to reach out to the person that's going to be seeing this and give them some reason to give you a phone call down here, mixing in your keywords and your location. So I noticed right off the bat that calls today to schedule a consultation with any of our therapists. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of counseling in Brea and Huntington Beach. So I want to get rid of Brea because we're not going for that city on this homepage. So call us today to schedule a consultation with any of our therapists. So we got therapist, we have therapists, which is actually a different keyword, and that's fine. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of counseling. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I think you get the idea, but I might, if I was to strategize and think about this a little bit longer, I might make this counselor or change the sentence to include counselor or family counselor or marriage and family therapist. Those are all different keywords, and I'd want to incorporate those a little bit different. Why don't I pause the video? I'll think it up a little bit, and then we don't waste time thinking. So what I did was call us to schedule a consultation with one of our marriage and family therapists. So I got marriage and family therapists in there, and I put our Huntington Beach counselors. So I got the city in there one more time, and the word counselors instead of counseling are experts improving mental health. Now, mental health is another synonym with therapist and counselors. So I'm just saying the same thing in different ways, and these are ways to get your keywords in there without repeating them over and over again. So that is something that is good for Google, and I think that we might make some changes later on, but you get the idea, and we are going to save this by clicking Update. So now when I go over to the home page and refresh, I can just hover over this tab right here, and it'll show me my new title, which is Therapist in Huntington Beach / California Family Counseling. So you can see that it actually took, and so that is it for title and description. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is add an XML sitemap to Google Webmaster Tools in the Google Search Console. So if you go to Google Search, type in Google Webmaster Tools, this first one here, Google Search Console is where you want to be. The reason you want to add an XML sitemap to the Search Console in Google is because this is the way that you get your website indexed by Google, and basically it helps Google to know that you exist. So you want that because then you'll come up in search results. So let's go through the process here. You can go over to the right once you're logged in and click Add a Property. I'm going to add this website here. And then it's going to ask for a few different methods, or it's going to give you instructions for a few different methods that you can use to verify the ownership of this website. The one that Google likes you to do is this recommended method here, which is downloading an HTML file and then through an FTP client you can upload that to your server and then just click verify, and that will verify. The one that I like to use, which works really well with the Yoast SEO plugin, is by clicking the alternate methods and then clicking the HTML tag. Just copy this tag right here, and then we're going to go over, I just went to SEO General, and then I clicked Webmaster Tools right here. And we're going to verify, right here, Google Search Console. I'm just going to paste in that little snippet and then click Save Changes. Okay, so those changes are now saved. We're going to go back to the Search Console and then click Verify. And it says, congratulations, you have successfully verified ownership of this website. So that's as easy as it is when you are using the Yoast SEO plugin. So the next thing we want to do is go down to XML Sitemaps. And we'll just click this right here where it says you can find your XML sitemap right here. Click that. Okay, and then it's going to give you the different types of sitemaps. And let's go over to the Search Console. Click Continue. And so now we are in the we're in this site here. And so it says Submit a sitemap. There's no sitemap submitted yet. So we're going to, oops, I didn't want to do that. We are going to submit a sitemap just by clicking there. Add test sitemap. And then you'll notice that it wants to ask for the URL of the sitemap. So it's already got the home page there. We're going to go back to the sitemap here, and you'll notice that in this case it's californiaaltavista.org/post sitemaps. This is going to be all of the posts. So I'm just going to highlight everything after the /, copy it, and then I'm going to paste it right here, and I'm going to click Submit. Okay. And then I'm going to add another sitemap, and we're going to add the page sitemap. So I'm going to copy everything after the /, go back to the Search Console, and paste it in there, and then click Submit.
And then these are your slides and categories, and you can go ahead and do the same thing for those. So that's how you add sitemaps. We're going to click refresh the page just so you can see what it looks like. And so it has collected all the data. Um, Usually it takes a little while. See, it says it's not quite indexed yet. It's pending. It's going to take a while, sometimes up to a day, to index these sitemaps. But it's got 2 sitemaps here that are indexed. It has noticed that there are 16 different web pages. So this is Google's way of understanding real quickly the different pages and posts and the content on your website. So they like you to be able to submit those, and they will index your website as a result of having an XML sitemap in the Search Console. So that's how you do that. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is let Google know about the different social properties that our business has. And the reason this is important is because of something called the semantic web. You may have heard of it. It's something that is being talked about a lot more in the SEO world. And basically what it is Google wants to understand the different relationships between different properties. And they want to understand what is connected. So for instance, if we go to this Google Plus URL, it'll be right here. And you can see here that this is California Alta Vista's Google Plus page. It has their Huntington Beach address, Huntington Beach phone number, and then it has the home page, which we're actually trying to rank for. So this makes a lot of sense because this Google Plus page is connected to this website. And we want to do the same thing with Facebook and Twitter and all of these different social profiles because it will tell Google that these are the different things that are connected, and look out for the different Facebook posts and the Twitter posts because they have to do with this business. So this is a really easy way, just by cutting and pasting the URLs in there, to let Google know the relationship between these different properties and our website, and that they're all connected. Now, while we're on the topic, real quick, I wanted to just show Ernesto this in particular. If you click his Google Plus icon right here, it actually takes you to a different Google Plus page. It takes you to the Brea, California page. So we need to fix this for sure and make sure that this icon right here connects out to this Google Plus page, the Huntington Beach one. Same thing for YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is going to go to his filmit.com YouTube channel. And notice I didn't put anything in here for his YouTube channel, and that's because he doesn't have a specific YouTube channel, to my knowledge at least, for his California Alta Vista practice. And so what I'm going to recommend to him is that he creates a separate YouTube channel just for California Alta Vista, Huntington Beach, and he uploads the different videos for his practice on that channel. I know that he has videos for the different therapists that are operating out of his practice there, and so creating a channel for that, uploading videos that are part of that practice, is going to be a good thing. And same thing for Facebook, Twitter, any of these, Ernesto, that you want to create. Make sure they're not just your personal Facebook or your business Facebook, filmit.com, but they're actually for California Alta Vista in Huntington Beach. And then once we create those profiles, to be able to paste those in here and then click Save the Changes. And that's going to let Google know that these are the things that are connected together, and it's really helpful. So once you cut and paste, click Save Changes, bada bing, bada boom, all done, and that's all you need to do. Okay, now I would want to talk a little bit about your pages and posts and how to optimize those to benefit your website and its rankings as much as possible. So here we are on the home page of California Alta Vista. I'm going to scroll down to where the text is at. And so this is the text for the home page right here. And I'm going to just guess that it's probably 100 words or less. What I'm going to recommend is that your different pages and posts have a lot of content on them. Upwards of 500 words at least, but if you can break 1,000 words on your pages and posts, you're in good shape. And the reason for this is Google loves content. Content is king when it comes to SEO. And the reason for that is Google wants to be able to provide their users with the most relevant websites that are going to help them find what they're looking for in the search queries. And if you got a lot of content on there, They're going to say this website has a lot of information and it's actually beneficial to the user. And so we're going to serve it higher in the search results. So Ernesto, I'm going to recommend on your homepage here that you put a lot more content about what your practice is about, and make sure you sprinkle in keywords and location, Huntington Beach, and that kind of thing. And let's go over to, just as another example, the services page. Here is the services page, and I actually really like this page for a couple of reasons. One, it's got a heading tag here that just says services, a short sentence about what type of services they offer. And then there's a decent amount of content here. There's headings for each of the type of therapy that they provide and a little bit about each one. And so I'm not exactly sure how many words this would be, but let's say it's probably 500 words or so. I would recommend increasing this, but you're not off to a bad start. I mean, this is a pretty good start. Let's go to the back end, and I'll show you kind of what this looks like on the back end and how to do it if you're new to WordPress. So I'm just going to highlight family therapy here, and you'll notice right here it says it's a heading 3. And so that's good. You want to be able to put heading tags on your different subjects on the page because it gives them more weight. And because family therapy is surrounded by H3 tags, it's going to tell Google that this is really what this whole paragraph's about, and it's going to tell Google that this is about family therapy. They will crawl this paragraph text, but it just doesn't hold as much weight as something with a heading tag, and so it's good to be able to put your most relevant information in title tags or heading tags because it just shows Google that that's important. So I think this is the way this is laid out is really well done because it has several different headings and then it talks a little bit about each heading. And so this page is probably going to do well in search results. And I happen to know because I've been keeping track of Ernesto's SEO rankings that this services page actually outranks his homepage for certain keywords. And it actually comes as no surprise to me because there's a lot of good content here. And since content is really important, Google looks at this page and it's going to serve this up actually before his homepage in certain circumstances just because of the content that's here. Okay, the next thing that I want to do is talk about posts. So your posts are in WordPress what is going to appear in your blog, so your blog posts. And I'm looking at Ernesto's site, and it looks like there really is no post done. So I'm going to recommend to Ernesto that he starts blogging on his website because blogging gives the opportunity to create more and more content. And like we talked about, content is king when it comes to your search rankings. So it looks like there's just a test blog post right here, and it's probably not even live. And so what we're going to do is I'm just going to add new. And this is just for demonstration purposes. I'm not actually going to create a new blog post, but let's just say we'll create a blog post called The Services Every Therapist Should Offer. And then I'll just say these are the services every therapist should offer. And you would write a 1,000-word blog post talking about this. But the purpose that I wanted to show you was this now gives a new URL to this post. It's called California Alta Vista / services every therapist offer. Notice we have therapist in there, which is one of our keywords, and we're going to link out to services. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create a link from this post back to our services page. And what this is going to do is going to push link juice throughout the website and give the services page even more SEO credit. So we'll just create a link right here. And I'm going to go down to the services page. Where is it? Right there. Just click on services. Notice the URL here, California Alta Vista / services comes up. We're going to click add link. And now this word services is the anchor text for the hyperlink that is pointing back to our services page. And so this is a really good strategy to be able to create posts that link back to your pages, and it'll give your pages more authority and boost your rankings on your website as a whole. So when you're done, you just click publish, and that's kind of what you do with posts.
Okay, so we're going to continue with this post. I'm going to talk about inbound and outbound links. And the reason it's important, inbound links are important because it just passes juice throughout your website, which is really good if you're linking from one page to the next. Google looks at it as helpful to the user because if they're reading a blog post and then you provide a link back to another page on your website, it helps them stay on the page and it helps them engage with your website as a whole. So that's kind of the way Google looks at it. As an SEO, it just passes link juice through your website, and so that's really important. That is inbound. So the example I used just a minute ago with services and providing a link back to from a post to a page within your website is something that's really good. And you can actually silo your pages together as well. Um, if you create a silo type structure within your website among the different pages, category pages, etc. Um, the other thing you can do is outbound links. So you would link out to other websites that provide similar content or helpful content in addition to your post. So as an example, I say, check out this awesome article about therapist services. So I'm going to highlight therapist services as the anchor text. I'm going to click link, and I'm going to paste in a Wikipedia article, and I'll show you what this looks like. This Wikipedia article right here, I just pulled the URL right here, and it's just about therapy. And obviously, Wikipedia is a really high authority website, and so this is just an example. I'm not saying you actually want to link out to Wikipedia, but Wikipedia is a high authority website, and so if you link out to it because Wikipedia has relevant information about what this post is about, then you can just hyperlink that and then click apply, and then this anchor text right here is now going to be hyperlinked on this post to the Wikipedia uh, page that talks about therapists. Click publish, and now that's saved. So that is kind of the inbound and outbound linking strategy, or at least how you do it. And it's an important thing to be able to do as an SEO principle. Now, I also want to just take a look real quick. I mentioned this earlier. These right here are actually links. So these are links to his other properties. And like I mentioned earlier, this Google Plus is actually linking to a different Google Plus page, the Bria, California one. And so we definitely want to fix this because you can also put links out to outbound links to different properties and it actually not help your SEO. So you want to make sure that they actually make sense, that they're relevant, they'll be helpful to the user, and they're connected. So we actually need to change this one because this is an outbound link, but it's not helping this website at all because it's the wrong Google Plus page. So you can do different icons. You can link out from images. There's different ways that you can link out, and you just want to make it very natural looking, not just posting links everywhere. Because if you're doing it all over the place and you're just linking and stuffing your links in there, Google's going to notice, and it's just not going to be natural. So everything you want to do just needs to be very natural. It needs to make sense. It needs to be connected, and that should be your linking strategy. And if you do enough of that and be consistent with your blog posts, then it'll definitely help your website ranking, and it's something that's really important when it comes to SEO for your website.
All right, the next thing we're going to do is optimize our images. Optimizing each one of your images is really important because Google looks at each of these as a piece of data, and if we can tell Google a little bit more about your business in the process, that's a really good thing. So you'll see that this is the logo for the website, and all it really says here is logo. So let's get a little more specific, that way we can kind of just optimize it. So we'll give it an alt text of California Alta Vista logo, so that's just kind of showing the brand, what the logo is. And then I've created a short description here. This is the logo for California Alta Vista Counseling Center. And that's what we'll do here. For latitude and longitude, I'm just going to take from the Google Plus page the address right here. Search the address, and that's going to give me the latitude, longitude. So now we're going to actually geotag this image, which is really helpful. And then I'm going to actually save this same description right here in the EXIF description. And so now you can see that this image here has a lot more data on it. I'm going to save the changes. Now every time Google looks at this image, it's going to see where this image is at, and a alt text and description, which is really helpful. Let's go to another example. This one down here, I noticed that the title here is screenshot. So when Google looks at this image, all it sees is screenshot and a date and time, which tells Google absolutely nothing about this image or about the website. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the alt text to California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. And just to kind of make the keyword diverse, we will say in the description, this is the logo for CAMFT. So what this is going to tell Google now is that this is the logo for the California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists, which is really helpful because it's going to show an association between this business, California Alta Vista, and the CAMFT, which it's a member of in California, and this is a therapy website. So just doing these couple things right here is going to tell Google a lot more about this website and is going to help optimize it just by optimizing this image. Okay, so as you can see in the previous video, I was using a premium WordPress plugin to geotag my photos. And some of you don't use WordPress, some of you are not going to have that premium plugin, so I wanted to show you a free way that you can geotag your images and upload them to your website. So if you go to GeoImgr, GeoImgr.com, you'll come to this website here. Click Upload a Photo. And let's see here, I'll pick a photo from my desktop. Let's do this one right here. First day of college, me and my buddy, my roommate, will upload this photo. Okay, so photo is uploaded. There's no geotags found on this photo. I know that's true because it's a scanned photo from like 20 years ago. And so I'm just going to type in the search box where this was taken. So it was taken at Western Washington University. So I don't know the exact address, but you can actually type in an exact address, or obviously in this case just a location, Western Washington University. So it's dropping the pin right there. I'm just going to click Tag Photo. The photo now has these geo coordinates attached to it, and then you're going to want to download the photo. This is going to give you a new photo with your geotagged image. So up here in my I'm going to drag that to my desktop, and for some reason it doesn't make it a JPEG, so I'm going to actually turn it into a JPEG. And now if we go and just get the info off of this, you'll notice over here there's a latitude and a longitude associated with that image, and it matches right here. So that's how you geotag it, and then from that point you'll take that image and upload it to your website, and now you have a geotagged image on your website without needing the premium WordPress plugin. So hope that's helpful. And if you use a Windows machine or a Mac, there are many different apps that you can purchase or download for free that will geotag your images as well. So that's another option. But I just thought I'd use this one because it's open source on the web and anybody can use it. So hope that's helpful. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is social sharing. So something that's really important in SEO is when people share your website on their social media profiles. This might seem like an off-page tactic, but you can implement it straight from your website. So that's why I'm including it in the on-page portion. So if we look through Ernesto's website, I don't see any social share buttons at all, and he needs some. So we will implement those later, but for now let's just go over to my website and I'll show you what this looks like. So here is 9design.org, and let's just say we go to the video marketing services page, or the marketing services page. You'll notice at the bottom there is an opportunity to share on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, or email it to somebody, this page. So let's just say we want to do Google+. You click on it, it opens up this window, and I can actually share this page on my Google+ profile. Same thing on Facebook or Twitter. Now, people aren't always just going to do this. Every now and again, you'll get a click, you'll get a like, you'll get a Facebook share, or whatever. But I actually have a cool strategy that you might want to implement on your website, which I think is really awesome. And it includes using a WordPress plugin called Social Locker. So we're going to go to the bottom of my homepage here, and you'll notice down at the bottom there is something that catches your attention, free PDF download. So what I'm doing is I have implemented this plugin called Social Locker, and I have hidden a free PDF download that can be unlocked, and they can download for free if they like, tweet, or plus one my website. And so let's just give it a try. We will click the Google plus one. And after we've plus one'd it, it unlocks the checklist right here. And you can click that link. It takes you to my 9 steps, and you can download this, print it out, or save it to your computer. And so now they get this for free. And in the process, we got a Google plus one. So you can see that this could be a really great strategy if you have a lot of traffic to your website to get more people to engage socially and share or like your website. And the more likes and shares you get, the better your website will rank in comparison to your competition. So if you're getting more likes and shares, it's gonna help you out over your competition in the search engine results. So hope that's helpful, and we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, the next thing that's a really important factor when it comes to ranking your website in the search engine is your website speed, your load speed. So Google likes to serve up websites that have a fast load time because that's helpful for the end user. If it takes you if it takes your website 12 seconds to load the home page, people just don't have a long attention span anymore, and Google doesn't like that either. And so they're going to rank you lower if it's a slow load time for your website. But if you can get it in, a fraction of a second or 1, 2, 3 seconds, that's going to be pretty good. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to, all I did was type in site load time tester, and we'll just click on this top one here, and we'll just test how fast California Ultra Vista is when it comes to loading the home page. So all you have to do is just type in your website URL and click test now. And we'll just give it a few seconds to be able to do it. It'll run its test, and it'll give us some data as a result when it comes to the things that are kind of weighting it down. And you'll know where to spend your time increasing your page speed. So a lot of times if you're using WordPress, if it's a bulky plugin, or if your images are too big, or if you just have real heavy stuff on your website, it'll cause it to load slower. Or if your server is just not a very fast server, you have kind of a lower end server, and it takes a while to load it up, then that's going to make your load time slower too. So anyway, there's things that you can do, and you'll want to talk to the person doing your web design and hosting your website to see what you can do to make your page load faster if it's taking a while to load. So anyway, let's see. It looks like this website loads in about 4 seconds, which I would say is fine. And Ernesto is using Brighter Vision for his web hosting, and they designed his website as well. And so I think because they do a lot of websites, they're probably going to have a pretty good load time, and I'd say 4 seconds is just fine. So, if you could increase that to 2 seconds, yeah, it'd be much better, but 4 seconds isn't bad. So that's how you test it, how fast your website is loading, and you might just want to run a test from this website here to see how fast it is. And like I said, if it's taking a long time for your website to load, that's going to really hinder your rankings in the search engines. Okay, in this segment, we're going to be talking about schema markup and structured data and the importance of it on your website. And I'm really excited about this because there's a few reasons. One, Google tells us that they want your data to be presented in this structure, and few websites, local business websites are actually using schema. So if you implement schema on your website, you are definitely going to have a step above the rest of your competition in the niche, and you'll get ranked higher. I wanted to just show you real quick from Google's own webpage. When concerning schema, it says use schema.org markup to give your content more prominence in search results. So they're telling you There's nothing hidden about this. If you want to rank higher in search results, use schema.org markup. So you might be wondering, what is schema.org markup? So if you don't have it on your website, what happens is a Google robot crawls the web, they find your website, and they try and make sense out of your title tags and your descriptions and your page posts and all the text on your website and the images and videos that you put on there. All the stuff that I've talked about up to this point, they're going to try and make sense of your website and figure out what your website's about and then rank it accordingly. When you use schema, what you're saying is you're writing it out in a certain language, a certain code, where Google can crawl it extremely quick, and it'll tell Google exactly what your website is about, what your address is, where you're located, and a bunch of different things that you can use schema for. So it's basically just not hiding anything. It's not making Google figure it out on their own. You're telling Google what your website's about, and that's why it's so important. So I'm going to go over, I've actually already implemented, because the point of this video is not to show you how to do schema, it's just to say you need schema markup on your website. And you need to find somebody that knows how to do it, or learn how to do it on your own. And you can actually go to schema.org and learn more about it, and also learn about how to implement it on your website if you're technical and want to do it by yourself. But I've already done this on Ernesto's website, California Ultra Vista. I've marked it up. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to developers.google.com/structured data testing tool. We're going to click Fetch URL, and I'm going to paste in the URL of the home page and click Fetch and Validate. And what's going to happen is, on the left side over here is all the source code for the home page, and you can actually read through this and see the schema markup code as it's presented on the home page. And then over here on the right side is going to show you the test results, basically, for your schema. So everything on ours is all good, it's in green. If there were any errors in the source code, it would show an error message right here, and it would be in red. So let's just look at this real quick, and I'll show you how important this is. So instead of Google crawling your website, trying to figure out where you're at, what type of business you are, based on the content of your website, you are coming to them and you're saying, hey Google, the name of our business is California Ultra Vista. This is the description of our business. Here's the email that's associated, the telephone number that's associated with it, the Google Plus page that's associated with it, and then our address, so you know exactly what city we're located in. And on top of it, here's our latitude and longitude, which Google really loves. They're a machine, so they know the latitude and longitude. And so you're hiding absolutely nothing from Google. You're telling them exactly where your business is at and what kind of business it is. So now for the fun part. We're going to actually test the rankings in a little case study that we're putting together right now. So I have changed the title and description of just the home page, and I have geotagged a couple images. That's it, besides adding this schema markup to this website. And I'm going to do nothing else for the next month, and I'm going to check in with you periodically through this month, and I'm going to show you my results here in the video of how our rankings increase as a result of the schema markup. And we'll be able to see from this case study how important schema is to your website, and if you do nothing else but implement schema into your website, how that'll impact your search results rankings. So I'm gonna finish for tonight, and the rest of this video will be checking in periodically throughout the month. So hope this has been helpful, and if you have any questions, go ahead and put those in the comment section below, and give me a thumbs up if this has been a helpful video for you. But from here on out, we're going to be just showing you the results of the case study, so hope you enjoy. Okay, here we are 2 months later. I had a really busy May and June, and I'm just now kind of getting around to finishing this video. But I will say I've taken a look at the positions that these keywords have been in pretty much every day since we started the case study. And I can say around the beginning of May is when they reached kind of their peak performance. And ever since then, they've just pretty much hovered around the same spot. So it took about 3 weeks for Google to recognize the schema that we implemented onto the website, and then get it to the rankings where they're at right now. So let's just go through those real quick. The keywords marriage counseling, Huntington Beach, it started in April at position 78, And here we are today in June, jumped about 40 positions to position 37. For therapist Huntington Beach, started at 76, jumped about 55 spots actually to position 20. And then you can kind of go through this. I noticed that the counseling keywords didn't jump at all, which is kind of interesting. So anyway, take a look at that and you can kind of see the impact that just implementing Schema onto the website did. So just as an overview and my assessment of it is it's pretty remarkable what Schema does. So we can tell from this case study that Schema is incredibly important and will provide results in and of themselves. However, your on-page SEO needs to implement a little bit more than just Schema, obviously. None of these keywords are on page one, so we're going to have to do some more work, particularly with the social profiles, I believe, and also adding more content on the homepage and also blogging and interlinking those blog posts to different pages. So I think even with just that, we'll probably be able to get on the first page. So anyway, hope this was a helpful video. If you have any questions, go ahead and post those in the comment section below. Would love it if you subscribe to my channel. I will create another video if we move forward with Ernesto's on-page SEO, and I'll be able to give you the results when we reach page 1 and what we did to get there. So definitely subscribe to my channel if you're interested in continuing to follow along. And if you wanted to download the checklist that I mentioned at the beginning of all the stuff that we've talked about in this video, again, that is in the description. You just click the link in the description and you can download my on-page SEO 12 steps to SEO success. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you had a good time and make today extraordinary.